All right, let's get some business out of the way before we move on. This is for internet. This is for YouTube and Facebook. A couple of things, real quick. This is Madeline Con 2017. It is our version of a Comic-Con, but instead of having to walk around booths, you get to sit around and eat good food and drink good coffee and just listen to people that you would normally hear on a panel, but it's not so formal. It's nice. Come on up. Couple of things. One is these will all be made into podcasts. They will also be on our YouTube channel. Just look up Southgate Media Group. I know that's such a small card. We normally have a sign, but I thought the windows were nice, so I didn't want to mess it up. If you want a card, they're up here. Don't take my toys. If you want to support us, everything we do here is free. If you want to support Southgate Media Group, we do have a donation box over there. That helps pay for equipment and other things that we do. Blair's leaving. Bye, Blair. So if you would like to support us, that is how you do it. It would be greatly appreciated because this is a lot of talking.
Do you use Patreon?
You know, we have Patreon. We've never really gotten much from it. Here's what's crazy. It's like a number of the things. I actually do understand how to do it and how to make money at it. I understand it. I'm so pulled in so many directions that I need somebody that says, I'll be your Patreon manager, and I can say, here's how you do it, and then we'd make money. But I'd have to ditch 40 things to make that work.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I was just talking about this earlier. Because we have like 100 podcasts in our network, and I was on a bunch. I'm pulling myself back from a bunch of them. We're in the process now. We're calling it Killing Your Darlings, where we are. We put one of my favorite shows that I'm on hiatus as of the other day. We just said, not done. We'll call it hiatus because we need to focus other ways. And I'm hoping that leads to working Patreon and some of these other things, you know?
Sure. Yeah,
So,
I didn't realize how many you have. And I was looking up all your and I was like, just a long list. I was like, which one do I... So I started with like Nuff Said, and...
That's my show.
Yeah, so
I'm so in the loop. I need to start listening.
Although I haven't been on Enough Said for a while. The last, 5 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm in a master's program, so I was in classes and stuff.
Oh.
I couldn't watch. I just couldn't watch and record. So
Yeah.
that show, if you look at that feed, it has like 4 or 5 shows on that feed.
Yeah, you got a bunch from like last fall.
And most of those guys are super fans.
Okay.
That
of course
were super fans of Enough Said.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, how about doing a show? Because that's how we roll. And they ended up working with us. And now I've just kind of handed the reins over and said, it's
That's
your
cool.
show unless I want to do it.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So that's how we're doing things.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. The one I'm focusing on is called New Media Lab. And actually, that's the one you'll probably want to be on at some point. Because I talk to people that do podcasting, blogging, video, people that are self-published. And we talk about kind of the business of it. We talk about social media.
Yeah.
I love it so much. How much can I talk about Marvel, you know? But I can talk about social media until I'm blue in the face.
Really?
Because it changes every day.
What's your favorite?
Favorite social media?
Yeah.
Depends on what you're going to define as social media.
I
would say...
We're interviewing you, by the way.
I'm on Twitter all the time.
Oh, good. Okay.
All the time.
It's hard for me to follow Twitter. It's just this constant
endless,
barrage
constant
feed,
information
and
just
there's
being
great
thrown
stuff
at
on
you
there. Yeah,
all the time.
As a marketer, that's what I like.
Yes. Yeah.
I love putting stuff out there and seeing what and when people tag me, I love it. I can read what they have and then put it. But going through it,
yeah, I'm like, it's a retweet from someone I follow who's retweeting something else, who's retweeting something else. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, how did I see this? Yeah. It's confusing, but I still use it.
I like most of them. I like Instagram, but I don't use it.
I use that one the most.
I use that a lot. Yeah.
But you're artists.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's visual.
Yes.
You can get a lot of followers.
I'll tell you what I don't like about Instagram.
Yeah.
You can't put links in the descriptions.
Oh, that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So here's something I like to do. So Nuff Said has its own Instagram page, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So as you know, we haunt Artist Alley. Okay?
Yeah.
Hey, let's introduce everybody here.
Oh, hi.
We've got new guests here that we know from Artist Alley, a number of places.
We just got right into it.
Yes, we did.
Fine.
Tom Bacon, and Steph Stanga. Am I saying it right?
So close. It's okay. Everyone likes to add an R. It's
Stanga.
fine. Yes.
Okay.
Stanga. Yeah.
You know what? I get almost everybody's name wrong, so I was so close. I'm taking full credit.
Good. That's
So-
okay.
Good enough.
It's okay.
You're both artists.
Yes.
Yep.
And you're also two of our favorites that we always would see places, and we bought your coloring book.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I just told you this. So she has one. It's Mythical Creatures.
Yeah.
And it's just a coloring book. And my daughter, Molly, bought it, and she was like, oh, look, I bought a coloring book. You know, it became like a house favorite.
Aw.
Every day we would
That's
start
so
looking
sweet.
through it, and we'd talk about the things, and she did because Molly's very artsy, so she
Yeah.
would add all this elaborate stuff to
She
the pictures.
showed me. They're really great.
Yeah, and
They're
she just
really great.
loves your artwork that she used as a base.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, big fan.
I love her. She's great.
She
You guys are
is.
great. It's great seeing you guys.
Well, you're
at
in the
every
fan
con.
club. We've all got the button. So,
Nice.
so yeah. So that's how we know each other. But
Yes.
Seen you many times. We always deny you. I mean, we just don't come. We don't deny you.
We're kind of in
Yeah.
the same boat as Blair and Matt. I'm going to embarrass
Mark.
myself. Mark. I'm
Mark,
sorry. I'm
yeah.
sorry, Mark. Sorry, Mark. We live in the city, so
Right.
it's just hard. It's
right.
just hard to get out.
I know it's hard.
Yeah.
Well, and see, we do so much downtown that to us we don't necessarily buy that it's hard thing. But when we lived in the city, every time I think about it, it was so much harder doing it this way. For us to go there and back, not a big deal. They're out for
Yeah.
whatever reason.
Yeah.
Although I got to say, when we would come from the city out to the suburbs, my biggest thing was like, oh my God, the parking spaces are huge.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
I'm not going to hit anybody. There's no chance.
No,
Yeah,
and
no.
it feels like that episode of Seinfeld
Yeah.
when Kramer did the lines and he made the lanes like twice
Yeah.
as big.
Yes.
Luxury drive. Yeah.
Like we'd be driving out of the city and we're like, "Arr," and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, ooh, this is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
It's not really like that, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting us. This place is great. This is our
Yeah,
first time
we
here.
Yes,
appreciate it,
it's
yeah.
great, isn't it?
Yeah,
Hey, did
I
you
love
eat?
it.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. What'd
Food
you
was
have?
great. I had a tuna melt without cheese.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Submarine Italiano.
I get the Elgin Club a lot.
I almost did, but we've eaten a lot in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
So,
That doesn't
lighten it
stop
up.
me.
no, for sure.
No.
Nope.
Shouldn't.
Certain times a year he has a thing called the it's not called Thanksgiving. What's that called, Chris? What? The Gobbler.
The Gobbler?
Oh.
And see, we're gluten free, so he has one, and it's got gluten free stuffing in it. It's turkey and cranberry and
What?
yeah,
and stuffing.
It's so amazing.
Sounds great.
Yep, I like the egg stuff too. All right, enough about this. Brought to you by the Blue Box. What were we talking about? We were talking about social media first.
We
Oh,
were,
yeah.
And then we had
So I
business
hate that
ones.
they don't have links.
Yeah, that
Oh,
drives
yeah.
me nuts. Which spawned the whole. I don't know. There's like a phenomenon of people making fun of the whole link in bio. I've seen it on T-shirts. I've seen it on hats.
Yeah.
Because like that, you have to say because the only place you can post a link is on your bio.
On
page.
your bio page,
Yeah.
right?
So I'll post something and I'll be like da 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 da. This is what this is. Link in bio. Like you have to say
Right.
it because
And I have to make a choice. Like, do I put my store on my bio, or do I put my website, or just go to
Yes.
my website and that has everything there? And
And you have to manage it because, like, when we create a new T-shirt, like we have a T-shirt. I don't have one to show you. We have a T-shirt for the Madeline Con tonight. We only put
yeah.
these up for 1 week. So if you follow us on social media, if you go to at SMG Pods or look on Facebook for Live at the Blue Box, it has it on there for 1 week. But I can't put it on Instagram because if I do, I have to make the decision to make that the link.
Right.
But then there's nothing to our podcast. There's nothing to our YouTube channel. It sucks.
I just change my link in my bio every once in a while, and then
it just shouldn't
deal
be
with
that
it.
hard.
It
No,
just shouldn't
it should.
be.
But
just shouldn't.
visually, Instagram's awesome.
Yeah.
It is because it's just
Yeah.
images once again.
Yeah.
Another one that I use a lot is Tumblr.
Oh yeah. Huge
but
on
the
the Tumblr.
thing with Tumblr,
I was big on Tumblr for a while, but then they got bought out and it changed.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. The thing about
Didn't know
Tumblr
that.
is because it is image based again, so I like just putting up images because obviously
It's great for images and blogs.
Right.
And yeah.
But the thing about that is you get a ton, like you get spammed so much now. Tons and tons of just inappropriate material coming your
Really?
way. Oh yeah.
Great.
Every
Yep.
time I get a new follower, I get really excited, and then I actually look at it, and I have to like hope that this guy knows. I have to
That's-
hope that I'm not in a public space.
Yeah.
Because it's just.
Oh, who's
They-
this flower? Oh.
I do remember
not
when,
safe for
when we
work.
were actively using Tumblr, that did happen. And like
it
Molly
happens.
would be standing behind me and she's
Yep.
like, look, it's Doctor Who, it's Sherlock. What's that? And I'm like, whoa, that is, how did that end up here? Yeah. And it would be like, something normal, like, I'm a Supernatural fan. Oh,
Sure,
great,
sure.
click.
Yes, you are.
Oh, well, you don't mean the show. I don't know what that is, but apparently that's a term for something.
I still use it. I just have to go through and like block them or delete the accounts that are following me every once in a while. But
I have to do that. I'm finding that with Twitter too. Something has happened with Twitter. Yeah, and it's only certain feeds we have, but I get two things. I'm getting a lot of people that from other countries where I can't read what they're writing.
Sure.
And if I click on their stuff to see what they're posting, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that I'm like, they're not following us because they're into geek stuff. I don't know what they're doing.
There are those.
So I have to block them.
There's bots.
Yeah.
And
it seems like if you let one in, you get 1,000 then, and you're like, nope. And then there's also this, and it'll be like a normal name. It'll say like, Comic Roast. And I'll be like, oh, I know these guys. Then I'll click on it, and I'm like, that's not Comic Roast.
That happens on Instagram too, though. So I'll get a new follower, or I'll get the notification that someone commented on my like a piece of art that I posted, and I get really excited and happy. And then I look at it, and it says, "Click here for more followers" or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's
no.
all hashtag more followers.
Well, see, and that's what I was going to tell you. Our thing with Instagram, and I'm trying to get the shows to do this. So we go to Artist Alley, we meet all these people, and a lot of people will do things that are not their original characters. Like you might do Iron Man, your version of Iron Man, let's say.
Right.
So I take Nuff Said and I say, let's feature, Tom, his Iron Man on our Instagram.
That's cool.
And put a link back if you have like a DeviantArt store or something. I love doing that, but Instagram makes it really difficult.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, you manually type it in, and then I can't click on anything.
Right.
I just have to. Oh, it's okay.
And I've literally done that. Written you can't follow this link. Go to DeviantArt, type in Tom Bacon.
Yeah.
Do you know what's sad about that though is like most of the population like they're not going to do that. They're
not at all.
Like, no
if they could just click on it, they would.
Yep.
Some would.
Because
you just got to tag the person and then
instant
they go
notification.
Your page.
Yep. Pain in the butt.
Yeah.
It is. What's the next con we're going to see you at?
Next con we're going to be at?
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I'd rather ask you that question because for us,
so you can stalk us
we've
again.
stepped back.
Oh.
We used to do a lot of cons, and we traveled. We did a lot of the Midwest cons.
Yeah.
We were at most of the Wizard Worlds. We were at C2E2.
There's St. Louis this weekend?
Yeah, we're not going. We did all the little ones. Like our favorite thing is libraries, as you guys know. You've seen us at those.
That's our favorite too, though.
We love them.
Yeah.
Little cons like I haven't been to County Con, but I hear that one's really good.
Come see us at County Con.
Are you going to be at that?
Yeah, we'll be there.
Okay.
Allie Cantarella. No, wait.
Yeah,
Allie will be there.
She'll probably be there.
A few other people we know.
Yeah.
will be there.
That
well,
one
we know everybody in these things. So.
I mean, yeah.
That one's like a big, small one. County Con is like big, small.
Yeah.
It's like
it's big, small, and I like that it's in the area that it's in because there's not a whole lot. It's Grays Lake.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot. It's like this right before you get to the border with Wisconsin.
I heard it's very much like one big artist alley.
No, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's what we love.
That's vendors and artist alley, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's the best thing
that's
in the world.
That's a good description.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
So.
Yeah.
So what are we going to be at? I don't know. I know that we didn't go to Minneapolis Wizard World, and I wrote to Jerry there, who's the guy, and I said, we can't make it because Molly has rehearsals now,
Sure.
and it was all last minute. And he wrote back and said, hey, no worries. Can't wait to see you guys in Chicago. So I'm sure we're going to Chicago.
Come see us there too.
Perfect. So you guys are going to be at Chicago.
Well, yeah, we decided to do that one this year.
Kind of last minute.
Yeah, kind of last minute. C2E2 didn't work out. Like we didn't get a table. We know a bunch of people that didn't get tables there, but
yeah,
it's okay.
We know people that should have had tables. They applied way early.
Yeah,
I had nothing.
We apply.
I applied minutes within getting an. It's
always.
not about timing. It's about I actually don't know anymore.
I don't know what it is.
I'm not going to question it too much. I don't want to put them on blast because I enjoy that show, but it was weird. We've been there for the past 3 years in a row, so that kind of stunk. You know? But
the same thing is it's there's like a weird cyclical, and it's not just them. It's cons in general.
Yeah.
Because like when I first went there, they loved podcasters. They had a podcast alley. Now we have podcasters denied left and right.
Wow.
Not just at C2E2, but at Wizard World. We have our fingers in so many things. We still get denied. But they do let us in as press, like my wife and I, typically.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really understand. I spoke with a good friend that I've met at C2E2 a couple years ago. Her name is Jenny Parks. She does really great work. Look her up. But
Jenny Parks, what does she do? I know the name.
She does like the realistic.
Like the cat Avengers.
The cats.
The cats.
I totally know who she is.
Yeah.
She does the Star Trek cats and
the
the
Star
Cat
Trek
Avengers.
cats, the Star
They're
Wars
so
cats.
great.
Yeah.
So great. I love her, and she's wonderful. She's out
Bring
in
up
Denver.
Molly. She'll know Molly.
Oh, yeah.
Because they all know
cute.
Molly.
She's so great. But she got denied as well. And I just thought that was kind of an interesting move.
It's weird. It's very weird.
I mean,
when
we'll
we
never know.
always did panels, and like we did for the same the same company, we did their Saturday night 9 o'clock spot, big room in Indianapolis. Filled it. We were told afterwards by the staff this was the single best panel we've ever seen. Like this was unbelievable. I hope you're doing all our shows.
Well,
and then they didn't have us at any of the other shows, and I'm like,
well, that doesn't make sense.
Well,
it makes no sense.
No.
We
haven't done a panel for them in 2 years, I don't think.
Oh, wow.
And that's not once again, this isn't a slam at C2E2. Same thing happened with Wizard World. Same things happened at Little Cons.
Something must be going around.
Huh.
There must be some kind of I don't know. I just
Yeah.
wish I knew. So I could,
It might just be that the market is so full of people.
No, that is completely true.
That they're saying, they can be choosy or whatever. Hey, we've seen this name before. We're not going to use this. Let's try this. I don't know.
There were a lot of familiar faces there again. Well, it's C2E2 in general this year, but like we did see some new faces, but in the background, might have heard from some people that they were trying to open up to new faces.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's
What are
tough,
you gonna do?
but what are we gonna do?
We were bummed because we just love doing cons. So
Yeah.
any con we get to do is
We
great.
love to go through Artist Alley. I've gotten old about it. I like to go through, but one day. After that,
Oh no!
I'm out of here.
We're the same age then. I'm
Yeah.
one day. I'm a
one day and I'm out.
I'm a one day.
I used to do C2E2 all 3 days, and by Sunday I was exhausted.
Yeah.
Like as a fan, just go
I'm
there.
exhausted by the end of day
I'm
one.
exhausted after like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like, I don't,
Yeah.
We were just talking about that. It was Martha, Chris, Molly, and I at C2E2. Blair had a panel, so all day we were waiting to go to this panel. By the time it started, we couldn't get in. It was already full.
Oh wow.
Good thing. We would have fallen asleep in her panel, which would have been so awful, right?
Yeah.
We sat on the chairs outside, the three of us and Molly, all sitting there like zombies. Molly's like leaping through comics, and we're just sitting there like, I don't think I can get up.
I can't do this.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And people are coming up like, oh, you go to the after party?
There's an after party. Oh god. Yeah.
And we hosted one of the first times that there was an after party. We did it. And we were right in the thick of things. And now, you can't even make me go to an after party.
It's hard.
Such a curmudgeon.
We're usually exhausted by the end of a full day show, and then we always avoid the after parties.
Attending a
then.
show, forget it. Actually, tabling at a show for 3 days
We're like,
straight.
let's go to dinner with a couple of friends and just be chill.
Yeah.
Even going to dinner afterwards, I'm like, what time? Like, it's 8 o'clock.
I know. I know. It's tough.
I have a table at ASIN next weekend. So.
Oh, at ASIN.
He'll be there. He'll be my
I'll be the booth babe.
The booth babe.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
It's not an embarrassing outfit she makes you wear, is it?
Yes.
Just make him be Attack on Titan. Just he stands there in like a loincloth thing. You can't really one of those skin tight things. You're like, ew. And he's like, no. It's I forgot to wear it. I'm Attack on Titan.
That's actually not a bad idea.
No.
It's not a bad idea.
I was listening to a podcast. These guys had never been to a Comic-Con before. They do this nerdy video game podcast. And they'd never been to a Comic-Con.
Oh, it's crazy.
They'd been to PAX and things like that.
Oh,
okay.
Sure.
But they went to a Comic-Con, and the one guy, I won't forget this. That's why I made the Attack on Titan joke. He was talking about how they walk in, and it was like an anime Comic-Con. And he said,
yeah,
half the people were Attack on Titan. And he goes, you know what that outfit is? And the other guy's like, no, I have no idea. He goes, well, they're basically naked. He's like, they were in these skin-tight things, and he goes, and it was all dudes, and they were all in these skin-tight things. And
That's hilarious.
He's like, it was... He goes, this must be what they do at Comic-Con.
Were they in skin tight, or were they wearing
the
muscle where you the colossal
Tom,
tight?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know the details.
I would also argue
you want
that
to talk
if you're
about Attack on Titan? No.
A lot of the cosplay, if you're at a Comic-Con, you're half naked anyway.
Yeah,
a lot of skin showing.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it depends.
Or
depends on the con. I actually really like how cosplay has changed.
Sure.
I like how it's become so acceptable, and you're seeing so many different varieties. And it used to be like everybody was Batman. Now it's like, I saw a guy as Porco Rosso. He's just walking around in his trench coat with a pig snout, and you're like, you're totally Porco Rosso.
Yeah, like
That's
the most
awesome.
obscure things. Yeah.
There's obscure stuff. There's extremely well done stuff, or like the father daughter or their kids.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
One of my favorites was when I first went to, it might have been C2E2 to harp on that again, but it was one of my favorite things. I was walking out. I was so exhausted. I'm walking by myself. I'm texting my wife, and I walk almost right into this family because I was looking down, and there was nobody in this room. Where they came from, out of nowhere. They were the people from The Little Baby Was Hit Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that movie?
Kick-Ass.
What is it?
Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
So the dad was the Batman outfit.
Big Daddy, Hit Girl.
The baby was Hit Girl. And the mom was the Kick-Ass.
Nice.
And I was like, it was so great.
I love the family
awesome.
costumes.
Yeah.
People should do more.
Yeah.
This year, I've really enjoyed seeing a bunch of Logans and like his daughter.
Yes.
Logan and Laura.
Now, you're friends with me on Facebook. Did you see the picture we posted? I got
Probably.
tons of hits. Molly and I went to see a movie, and I had somebody take a picture of me holding her in front of the Logan poster, like that, and she's looking. We weren't dressed like it. Tons of hits.
Really?
And people were like, that's the best cosplay. I'm like, I'm just wearing what we wore.
Wait, what? No.
Like,
That's awesome.
Logan wasn't like a fat guy in a Star Wars T-shirt. Fat guy
can
in
be.
a Star Wars T-shirt.
Yeah. So you
Star Wars.
were wearing jeans and a tank top?
I was wearing what I'm near. Yeah, I was the little girl.
Oh, nice.
She was holding
jacket?
me. Yeah. I was X-23. Come on.
nice.
I would ask those people if they've seen Logan or if they know.
No, they just thought it was because of the pose.
It sounds cute.
It's like
regardless.
we were at a coffee shop, and she put in, those filters?
Yes.
I've talked a lot today.
Hey.
There was one that put round glasses on. So I'm sitting there like this. She had this hat on, or I had my hat on, and she put the round glasses on her, and she posted it, and she got all these responses
great.
that we were the professional. People were like,
Leon and...
they're like, oh my God, that's the best cosplay. You guys are awesome. I'm
Matilda.
like, no, she just put, okay, cool.
Just take it. I'll take it.
I've got a bald spot. I'm covering it up with my hat because I'm cold. And she's got okay, cool.
That's cute.
Yeah. That is something I've discovered about losing this hair. It gets cold.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Indeed.
FYI. So,
I don't know if I'll have that problem, but
No, I don't think so.
That's a good tip.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pro tip for you guys out there. Invest in a hat.
Gotcha.
I don't care about people seeing it. I could care less, obviously. But the bald
You look
spot,
great.
cold, the coolness. Today I was mowing the lawn, and I was so hot. And I went like this, and it was like putting an ice cube on my bald spot. I was like,
That's so
what a
weird.
great thing that is.
I love
So,
it.
all right, we've almost not talked about you guys.
That's okay.
Oh.
So now we're going to talk about you guys.
Okay.
So you're both artists.
Yeah.
Do you? I want to get a little backstory. Let's go with Tom first.
Cool.
So Tom,
Yes.
you're an artist.
Yep.
Was it always line art? Did you have aspirations of comic books? And what exactly do you do?
Exactly.
Because I want the audience to hear.
Bueno. So I'm a illustrator. I do some design. I've kind of had my hand in a lot of things. I've worked in games. I've worked on a couple comics, mostly independent comics, and I do a little bit of design work. I did do graphic design for 1 year for a small company. I found it very boring, unless you decide, whichever. But so I've done a little bit of everything. As far as line art, I do line art kind of for myself and for commissions. I'm currently coloring actually, when I was living here, like 6 years ago, I'd just been let go from the game company because they do contract work. They do Another Realm in Chicago.
Okay.
I was working on Mortal Kombat 9, and they hire interns for like 9 months.
Yeah.
So I was out of work for like a month or two, and a friend of mine, Eric Ramson.
Oh, yeah.
Eric Ramson. He doesn't do cons anymore, but he had a couple. He's from Chicago. He's like, you should look into coloring because coloring can help get you into comics. At the time, I was like, I just want to make comics. I love comics. I have all these books from when I was like 6 and 7 and 8. I had my little superhero teams and stuff like that. So he recommended like try coloring. Go here, look for coloring jobs. I colored this one book for Wannabe Press called Katrina Hates the Dead, and it's kind of changed names a couple times, but I colored that whole book, loved it, and I'm doing another one right now for this Hawaiian artist, writer, creator, DJ Kia.
Come on, say it right.
Say
it
right. It's a long name.
Either that or you're going to have to sing the soundtrack to Moana to make up for it.
Kiwakane.
We've never seen it.
DJ.
Then it's going to be really difficult for Tom.
We're going to fix it.
So DJ.
And you need to see it. Big tears.
Yeah, it's probably amazing. So I'm coloring his book right now. He's got like this fantasy action story. It's kind of like X-Men and Lord of the Rings. So I don't know if that answers your question, but I love to do coloring
for me. It did.
Nice. I love to do coloring for other people. It's kind of something I love to do now. Is if I can color awesome line work.
So is that
best.
really like colorist is really what you're kind of into now? Because I thought you were more of a line artist because I see you do the commission stuff. But you're really
have I given you one of my issues for one of my comics?
No,
I brought some with. So I am illustrating a story called Normalville. It's kind of like X-Files and Hellboy and stuff like that.
I like everything you just said.
So I'm illustrating that whole story, which is hard to do it when you have a day job and you're also doing freelance.
Sure.
And then you try and do that. So I'm illustrating the second and third issue of that. I had the first issue. It's just like, you work on it when you can.
Yeah.
But as far as trying to go more professional and stuff like that, I thought coloring would be a good way to get in. And I'll illustrate and kind of work on my own kind of line art and storytelling and panel-to-panel sequential art on my own stuff before I...
We have a lot of colorists that come and have interviewed.
Oh,
excellent. Do you know Ben Hunsaker?
No.
Well, I need to connect you to Ben.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Ben is awesome. He does a lot with Oh, nice.
Okay.
And he was one of the... I think he was overseeing something at the Chicago Comic Illustration College.
Oh, that school. The school of, the International School of
Comics. Yeah, he wants us to actually come out and do... You know the day they do the comic book in a day, thing? He wants us to do like a podcast, almost like a marathon there.
Oh, nice.
That day, and I'm like, maybe we'll put a team together and figure something out. That might be kind of cool. So,
nice.
And then Serena Guerra was just here.
Oh yeah,
you know Serena, right?
Oh, yes.
We know her.
See her all over the place.
She's awesome.
She's great.
Yeah,
her
stuff's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Well, I know her because of Brian Glass because I'm friends with Brian Glass.
Okay,
and I saw her. She had a Mice Templar book up, and I'm like, hey, I love him. And she goes, I did the art in here.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, she's working with Jim McLean, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Jim is one of our guys that we have out here all the time, and she is awesome.
Yeah.
She's awesome. So, colorists, you're the bass players of the comic industry.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's like everyone else is like the,
Everyone else is the star.
Is a star.
You play the bass.
But then the bass is like, it kind of adds this nice little life to it. And stuff
it's
like
essential.
That. It is essential.
I'd like to add that Tom is a fantastic colorist.
Aw.
Yeah, he is.
Thanks.
He is. I just thought you did... I know you as doing all of it, so I didn't know that you were like...
Yes.
I'd get hired as a colorist most of the time. It's like Serena. When I first met her, I didn't have that perception. It's just like, that's actually what I typically get hired for.
If you see any of the artwork that I'm selling, it's all illustrated, colored by me. But I'm really just trying to color other books because making a whole comic by yourself...
It's work.
Oh, my gosh.
...is hard.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of illustrating my own book for now. Which is written by a buddy of mine, James Orbison. He's an English teacher, actually at Harper.
Okay.
But he's actually he's been in little anthologies and stuff like that. So he's done little things, and it's something he and I put together like in college, and he wrote it. And I was like, dude, this script is pretty solid. I'm just gonna do it. He's like, all right,
cool.
So, but yeah,
cool, excellent, Tom. Yeah. Now, Steph, we're gonna go to you.
Okay.
Let's hear about your background a little bit.
So
if you say you're a colorist, I'm going to freak out because you are a line artist.
I am. You're right about that. No, I'm the complete opposite. Color scares me, and when I color things, I'm like the two colors. It's done.
She's great at it.
No.
She's You're awesome.
No, I prefer line art definitely. Like I will pencil and ink things all day. So if you need someone, I'm the person. But I've been a professional artist in Chicago for like 8 years. So I've been traditionally trained, meaning I did a bunch of fine art stuff, so painting on paper, like oil.
So did you go to
stuff
school
like
for
that.
this?
I did, yeah. So I went to college in Wisconsin, and then I moved here because I decided I wanted to get into like video games and animation. So then that is what started my digital work, which is what I mostly do now.
Sure.
So I also worked for NetherRealm. So I worked on Injustice and MKX. And just like he said, those were like contract jobs.
Yeah.
So I was there for like 9 months for each game, which was super cool. But, they had to let me go. And then I, from there, just kind of worked on things independently. So I make art for whoever wants me to make art.
Yeah. Excellent.
Whoever wants me to do it. And then I do it for myself. And
Will art for money.
Will art for money. It's weird when you like graduate and then people start to pay you for your art. It's weird. You're like, this is weird. It feels great, but I don't know, like, is this real life? It is. It's really great. And then now I'm actually doing work for 2K Games.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing that for a little bit.
So I got to remember this because, when we did video game night, we would have loved to have you guys out here.
Can you talk about which game you're working on?
For 2K, yeah, I'm working on just DLC content for Mafia 3. So
okay,
that's
cool.
That's all I can say about it.
We had we had a guy out here that did one of these microcons, and we were interviewing him. He couldn't say anything, and he was working on a game.
Oh yeah.
And the whole time he's sitting here, he's like, I so want to tell you what's happening in this game because it's so awesome. And he showed me one piece of art, and I was like, whoa! And he goes, I know every page looks like this. He was freaking out.
I know how that feels. Definitely.
When you're on a game and it hasn't been announced yet, it's kind of like you have all the government secrets.
Right.
And if you leak it, you're fired.
Yeah, you're done.
Or something, yeah.
You know what? I was talking to a guy at the Elgin Library Con who worked on the Call of Duty games, which talk about you got to keep your lid shut.
Yeah,
And he was saying, he goes, I can't talk about any of it. We can talk about anything but that. I was like, cool, I'm never going to ask you any of that.
Aren't they all the same?
Oh.
No, they're different. But he was saying, we were talking about just this, and he said, yeah, you can't say anything. And he said, I've literally been in meetings where a guy's sitting there in a room with all the people working on these games, starts talking about what he's working on, and they've had him get up and fired him out of the room. He's like,
wow.
Even in the room of the company, you don't talk about it. That's crazy.
That's little crazy.
Yeah, we would say whatever we want in the studio.
No, well, he said if it was his team, sure.
Yeah.
This was like team from Call of Duty with team from whatever, and somebody said something like, I'm having trouble with blank, and they went, we'll talk about this later, and the guy was like walked right out the building.
Yes, you are having trouble. You don't work here anymore.
right. You're going to have a real easy time now when you play it when it's completed. See you.
Yikes.
So, all right.
Scary.
Next con you guys are at?
ASIN.
ASIN.
And after that, we're doing
Eisenhower Public Library.
Eisenhower Public Library, which is so great. It's a really small con at a public library in Hardwood Heights. Mm-hmm. It's like one of our first shows we ever done, and also one of the best shows we do, I think.
Excellent.
Yeah, they're really great people. Really
all right, we got to make a trek out there then.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we're doing Arlington Heights Memorial Public Library, Wizard World Chicago.
Yeah.
Couple other libraries I can't remember.
There's a whole bunch. I have an events page on my website, so.
Now that's the best thing. Okay, give social media and tell them what the webpage is.
Social media would be mostly Tumblr and Instagram. I am Steph Stanga, or
no R.
What?
Not Stranga.
No R.
Stranga. It's Stanga.
Stanga. I'm also under the handle Look What Steph Drew on Instagram,
which is the best handle. That's awesome. Yep.
Look what I drew. And then my website is just my name.com, so stephstanga.com.
Excellent. Yeah. And you've got an events page on there. That's key. Tom?
I am on social media at Tom Bacon Arts, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr soon, and then on Facebook as well, or tombaconartist.com. And I got all the goods, and you can buy my stuff and find it all there.
I'm going to tell you right now, you're missing the boat because Steph got it right with her naming. You need What's Bacon Making as one of your handles.
Oh!
That's wonderful.
Hold on. I don't want to drop these mics because I really like them. So that's yours.
Delightful.
That's from me.
Dude.
Yep. Up
I
top.
like that. Yep.
That's good.
That is awesome.
So I want to see that happen.
You think it'd be really easy with a name
Be
like
careful.
Bacon.
Scott's going right onto Twitter right now. I'll sell you that for So, all right, cool. It was so great you guys came out
Yeah,
here.
this is fun. Thank you.
Make sure that you keep us abreast. We always like to retweet stuff and send stuff out in the universe to get people to come see you. Do you guys have anything here to sell? Did you bring anything?
A couple. Yeah, some things.
Sure, we've got.
If you want to see what they have and you want to buy some wares, see them at their table.
Thank you.
How's that?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
We got little
excellent.
stuff.
And did you guys say you're going to Indie PopCon?
Oh, yeah, we are.
Okay.
Indie PopCon.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got to talk to you about that. We're going to talk about it
July.
right now.
That's in July. That's like so far
Yeah.
from now.
Matt Quiet, who runs Nerds Domain, which is under our umbrella, they do all gaming and stuff. They have a panel or something, and he wrote to me and he said, I would love it if we had either Southgate Media Group people or people that are your people,
Oh, snap.
and we could use them for like a round table or a talk show or something. And I was like, that's why I put that out there. Is anyone going to PopCon? And you guys said yes.
yeah.
So I'm going to connect you to Matt Quiet.
No, I thought you meant you wanted to share a hotel room or something.
That's a little weird, but
You can
no. But you know what? Matt, I think, works in that industry. He might be able to help you out.
Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool.
So, but I'll tell you what. If you can do it, do it. I know you get a little weird about it, but you shouldn't. And I'll tell you why. When you're at a con and you do one of those,
Yeah.
so like Jim Wilder, who does Tales from the Blue Light for us, he would do Geektastic Cage Match with us when we would do these cons. And it happened a couple of times where we're like, hey, you know, here we're doing these. Like, well, I got to leave my booth, but okay. He would go up, do our thing, go back to his booth, and sell out.
Okay,
He's like, it's the magic bullet. So
I believe you.
recommend
Okay.
it, especially if you have somebody, because Matt knows what we do. So he's going to pull it off. If he can do it, it might help you guys a lot.
Thank you. I'm kind of like Blair. Public speaking is not
I know. Martha's the
I
same
hide
way.
it very well.
Martha's
But
the
you
same
should,
way.
Like, you should see how sweaty I am. Like, it's...
I didn't want to say
bad.
anything, but I'm going to say it. One of my senses is getting it. No, I'm kidding.
Yes.
I'm kidding. But yeah,
Revenge.
Martha doesn't really like public speaking either. I was just talking about this with Blair. Believe it or not, I'm an introvert. I don't love it either. I don't mind doing this, but I would rather be at home in my pajama pants and never talk to anybody ever again.
Yeah, same.
I love to do that and just sit home and draw. It's the best.
Yeah.
And just
And yet
have
here
your
we are.
Netflix on.
Yeah. No kidding. But not tonight. We're doing this.
Not tonight.
So that's it. Thank you guys so much. It was
Thank you.
awesome having you guys up here. Thank you. Let's hear it for them. Buy their stuff and go see them at the cons.